Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to Lavender Afternoons. Tanya here. In this video, I wanted to bring you guys along with me as I will be making another altered composition notebook. This notebook will be my herb and garden composition notebook, and I will be starting off by decorating the cover. I wanted to cover this notebook with fabric pieces as I wanted some texture, and I had never covered a composition book with fabric before, so I figured I will give it a try. The fabric pieces that I will be using on my notebook today are from a scrap bag from thrift stores, excluding that herb and garden one that you guys will see more detail of later. That one I believe is from Hobby Lobby. But I just wanted to show you guys a few pieces of the scrap fabrics I will be using. So I'm gonna start with this largest piece of scrap fabric that I had. Honestly, the only reason I chose this one is because it's the perfect length of the composition notebook and I didn't have to cut it both ways. It was already perfectly cut in that strip, and all I had to do was just cut it the width of the composition notebook. I wasn't worried about not leaving any space at the top and bottom. I was fine with the frayed edge because I knew I was going to be layering different fabrics and scraps, so I was fine leaving that way. I did leave some extra fabric to flap over the inside cover of the notebook. I thought that would just bring a nice flow. The texture of this fabric is so nice. It feels like an upholstery fabric, and it's like this nice olive green color. I am aware that junk journaling should be free and flowy, but I am just such a perfectionist. If I don't make some sort of plan, I will never finish a journal. So you can kind of see me taking my phone out here where I kind of played with the layout before starting this journal. That just helps me. It gives me inspiration of what I was going with in the first place, so I don't get lost and then end up putting the whole project to the side and there's dust that ends up getting on it, all because I didn't want to spend 5 minutes planning, or just in the name of I did this on a whim. All art is on a whim. We all have to make time for the things we love and are passionate about. So whether you plan your journals out, or you free flow and you throw things together, or you do both here and there, the point is to just have fun, let it be you, and enjoy the process. This next fabric I'm using I feel like it's my favorite from out of the scraps, just because it looks like denim, but it's actually just this textured navy blue. I went ahead and cut that fabric in half because I wanted to add a scrap of this piece of fabric to both sides. I'm going to try to mimic the front of my journal and the back. I'm going to try to have them mirror, but I know eventually they will veer off and look different. So there, I'm just adding it to the other side of the journal and flapping that over into the inner cover. Perfect. This next piece of fabric is really pretty as well. This I chose simply because of the color, and I like how it had like this little floral print to it. I decided to just go ahead and lay this across the top there. I'm loving how this is coming out so far. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it over to the back side as well. This next detail that I'm adding may look familiar to you. This is a denim polka dot ribbon that I used in my last journal. And I love this ribbon. I love the way denim looks and feels, and I love the polka dot that's giving that like farmhouse garden look. And I am, of course, going ahead and wrapping that around towards the back as well. I thought this added a really nice touch. All right, so I want to add a few more details. I love these colors and I wanted to add them on somewhere on my journal, but I couldn't figure out where. So you see me kind of trying to figure out where I wanted to place these at. This white burlap strip is just a scrap piece that I've had from other projects. I can't remember where I got it from exactly, but I think I ended up going with that one. I thought it just gave a nice pop and a nice contrast. And I am just wrapping that over to the back side as well. This is so pretty. It's giving me that garden feel. Okay, so this next piece of fabric is not a fabric scrap. It's actually a quarter square I got from Hobby Lobby, I believe last year. I decided I'm not going to use the full piece of fabric. I wanted to just cut out different little elements. So I ended up cutting out a few things from the pieces of fabric, and I was just going to use these on my front cover as well. Now I'm just going to add another denim piece. I found a few scrap pieces of this. This is from that last journal I did as well. Also going to be adding in some buttons. All right, you guys, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell below. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add these pieces here to the cover. This is where the cover stops matching the backside of the journal. I just found these few extra scrap pieces and I wanted to add that on there. So you're just going to see me add a few details here. So like I said, I wanted to add some of these buttons, so I added them to the ends of that little tab there. I had one more little piece of this scrap and I decided to wrap it around from the front onto the back side of the cover just to add some layers. And I do end up going in and adding buttons to these as well. I was trying to figure out what color I wanted to go with. I decided to go with the lighter button here. Either way, it gives that earthy tone. What do you guys think so far? I'm loving it so far. Super, super cute. All right, so I had a bit of change of plans or how I wanted to decorate the front cover. So I ended up pulling that tab up just for a moment because I wanted to add some of that blue. I don't know what this is, like a teal, a dark teal. I wanted to go ahead and add this to the cover as well. I decided to add a little button. I thought this part was cute. Like the little button right there on the inside, on the inner covers of the composition notebook. So cute. I'm gonna end up covering the inner cover as well. I will do that later in the video. But look how much that added. I knew something was missing. I was like, something is missing. I want more. So I'm really glad I added this detail here. Did end up wrapping this around towards the back as well. I'm just going ahead and gluing that strap piece back down there in the front. And this is what we're working with so far, you guys. Lovely. I am enjoying how this is coming out. Next, I went ahead and added a brown piece of ribbon here. I thought this would be a pretty little piece to put in that. I feel like that strip of white was just a lot. It was just a big strip of white. So I took some of that brown ribbon and added some buttons there. Now I'm gonna go in with the little fabric pieces that I cut out from that quarter square, and I am gluing them around on the front cover in various spots that I thought they would look good in. They say exactly what I need them to say for my herb garden journal, so it worked out perfect. You see me kind of playing around here a little bit, trying to figure out where I want them to go and what I'm kind of feeling at the moment. So yeah, you guys, although I plan my journals a little bit, like I was saying, like that's just my personality. I still allow myself to kind of play and see where I want to align things at. All right, I'm just adding that last little greenery piece there. So pretty. I adore how this came out. I really do. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like the cutout pieces of the fabric, but I think it turns out so cute, so pretty. All right, I'm just gonna add a few more buttons around on my cover. I told you guys, I wanted these buttons added. I just think it added so much more detail. I didn't want to sew, so this video is just fully fabric-tack, even the buttons. So far, this is looking so good. I'm so happy with it. What happened to didn't I put a button on the, maybe I didn't add the button to the back side yet, but anyways, I guess I will eventually, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add a button now to the back side of the inner cover. Perfect. Now we're in unison. Now everything's flowing. The last thing I want to go in and do is cover the inner covers where you can kind of see, where you can tell it's a composition book, which I don't mind the fact that you can tell, but I wanted to go in and cover it with initially fabric, okay? But I was, as you can see, going in, playing around with things, and I just wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it, and also I was being kind of lazy. And at first I was like, I don't want it to be too plain, but I tell you what, I had this beautiful textured paper that I've had for years. I usually use it for gifts during the holidays and write people's letters or cards on it, but I just cut it into size and I just laid that right across to cover the inner covers. No, it's not fabric, but honestly, the texture is so good. This paper is so thick and it feels so soft. It feels like a fabric. So it's still giving me that feel that I wanted for my garden herb journal. It looks so good, you guys. I am so satisfied with this. No sewing, nothing hard, just cutting some fabric scraps, and look at this composition notebook cover. So beautiful. I think this back ribbon is a little crooked, but like that's where I let my perfectionist go to the wayside because I am totally happy with how this turned out. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because this is just part one of this notebook, Herb Garden Composition Notebook series that I'm doing. So you guys definitely stay tuned for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.